Welcome. Sorry I'm late. I am trying to do some new things here and okay, sorry guys. I'm doing something new and I'm trying to do it very well. Okay. You can't hear me. Um, can you hear me now? Okay. I think everybody can hear me. I think we're good. We're just going to get started and then we will just kind of go from there. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Andrea. I have been working with Cricut for over 4 years now, and my channel is called Crafter Support, and I just love using my Cricuts to create things. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna create a really cute 4th of July little special treat box for s'mores, and I love the 4th of July. It's one of my favorite holidays, and we used to get together like with our family and things when our family was like when we had a bigger family, when everybody lived around each other, and we used to do parties at my parents' house. And as time went on, the family kind of split up, but I still love doing things with my family, my close-knit family, here on the 4th of July. So what I'm gonna do is go into my Cricut app. So I'm doing this on my phone just because I'm using my computer to run everything that I need to run. And I already have my project designed and up and ready to go. So the main purpose for this is to teach you guys how to use your Cricut Joy Xtra, because most of the Cricuts do everything. So if you have an Explorer Air and up, you can do scoring, you can do foiling, you can do all the different things on those machines. But the Cricut Joy and the Cricut Joy Xtra, there's a few things that you have to kind of tweak if you want to do some of that stuff. So I want to teach you a whole series of Cricut Joy Xtra projects because I'm really becoming very fond of this machine. It's quickly become one of my favorite machines. I do have the Maker 3 and I have a Cricut Joy. I've had multiple Cricut Explorer 2s in the past, but these ones, the Joy Xtra has, like I said, been my favorite. So I will have links to everything after the video to let you be able to copy exactly what I'm using. And the first thing you want to do when you go into your machine, like go into your design space, is you want to click what machine you're using. So I'm going to click on my Joy Xtra. I'm going to click continue. And then I already have the project saved. So I'm going to go into my projects, click the one I want, and click make it. So it's going to come up on my screen. I have everything here that I need. I'm going to click make it, and then you're going to see all of the different pages and everything that you need in order to cut all of your designs out. Now, this gable box is just one of the ones on Cricut. I didn't design this, but it works for your Joy Xtra because you'll see when it cuts, it doesn't have a score line because the Joy Xtra does not allow you to score. There is a hack for that I'm going to teach you, but as for right now, the Joy Xtra just, it'll cut little slice marks where you need to fold your paper at. So we're going to click next, and we're going to begin loading our paper to our mat. So I am using the green mat, which is the standard grip mat, and I'm using 65-pound cardstock. Any 65-pound cardstock would do. If you use too thick of cardstock and you're making a 3D project, it can bend, like it can bend the paper and it can fold funny and not look good. So I prefer to use 65-pound cardstock when I'm making 3D projects. I wouldn't go much smaller than that. I would stick with 65 pounds. Okay, so now that that's on, we're going to click next. We're going to allow it to connect to our machine. And then we're going to pick, I'm picking 80-pound cardstock because it cuts. That's what I found, that my machine cuts this particular material out of best. And the Cricut Joy Xtra doesn't have any buttons on it, so you don't have to like click a load button or an unload button. Everything is done right on your mobile device or your computer. So now it's going to cut this, and I'm going to click go. And while it's cutting, I'm interested, what do you guys do for the 4th of July? Like, do you guys go picnicking? Do you go to the park? I know a local park near us does fireworks, and we've been like honestly trying to decide what to do. And I haven't come up with like what we're going to do this year because things are just different now. And like, we used to go to the park and they did these huge firework things, but like my kids are older and like they're kind of not into stuff like that, but I still want to spend time with them and do something fun. So I'd like to hear what you guys do for your like 4th of July's, and let me know where you're watching from. That would be really great to see. So this is finishing up cutting. And if you're not familiar with the Joy Xtra or using your mat, like using the mats, when you peel something off of your mat, you want to roll your mat back, and then it won't curl your paper. So I'm going to just pop these little pieces off, and then we're going to cut the next one. Also, I would love to know what you guys' favorite dessert is for 4th of July. Mine is, when my kids were little, we used to make this dessert that it was a cake, and it was like a poke cake. So you would make this cake and you would poke all these holes in it, and then you would mix like a Jello mix, and then you would pour it down over the cake. And then once it like baked, we would put like a whipped cream, like a whipped icing on top, and then we would put strawberries and blueberries, and it would just look like a flag, like an American flag. And that was probably one of my favorite ones that we used to make. And then there's pasta salad. I love pasta salad. So now that this one is getting ready to cut, I just need to click go. And basically the machine does all the work for you. If you guys have any questions about the Joy Xtra or any of the machines, if you I may be able to help you, just reach out and ask. But I will start folding this with my bone folder. So if you don't have a bone folder, you can use the edge of a ruler or a pen that's not going to have leave any marks behind. So like, if you guys can see, here's the little slit lines that it makes for you here, here, across the bottom, here and here, and then one right here. This one is a cut line that you need. So I'll show you what we're going to do with that one. Again, we're going to fold this over and peel it away. We're going to get our piece off. And then we're just going to peel all of these little pieces off. So the next thing we need to do, it shows that I need my silver paper, and that's going to be for the little, like, I'll show you, like the little firework looking things that come up off of this. They are so cute. So we need the silver, and this is just silver glitter Cricut cardstock. If you're not familiar with that, it's a very thick, heavy cardstock, but it's really pretty. It doesn't shed like a lot, like it doesn't have a lot of drop off. So I kind of like that too about it. I mean, it has some, but not a lot. So I think I saved the glitter cardstock on here. I did right here. And I'm going to teach you guys how to do all of the savings of your material that you want to save, that you use a lot, and everything I can teach you about the Cricut Joy Xtra, I'm going to. So another thing, my mat might look a little different than yours. I like alter my mats a little bit because of the way that I store them. So if mine looks a little different, it's just because of what I've done to them. I hang mine all on my door. I have a little door right beside my machines, and that's where I hang everything. And if you hear that cracking, it's just my mat. So it does a good job at cutting through the glitter. I don't have any issues, and it gives a nice clean cut, so there's not a lot of jagged edges coming out. Oh, I'll show you what I'm making. I am making a 4th of July. I think it's called a gable box. That's what I've always called it, is a gable box. And it's just this cute little favor that I'm going to use for the 4th of July. All right, so let's unload that. And this one I'm going to kind of pull away because it is the heavier cardstock. I'm good with just removing it that way. And these are going to be our little fireworks that kind of shoot out of the side there. And then we can take, and if you want to keep these little pieces and you ever want to use them for confetti, you can absolutely do that. I try not to waste too much of my Cricut paper. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Cricut paper for everything, but designs like this, I absolutely love Cricut for that. My main paper that I love to use is Stampin' Up! Paper, but I've recently stopped purchasing from them, so I'm using whatever Creative Memories paper is, and I believe it's 65-pound cardstock as well, and it works really well. And they have 8x8, and they have the 12x12 paper, of course, because of scrapbooking. Okay, so we're going to do 80 pounds. I'm struggling here because I bent the end of my mat. I just need to get new mats is what I need to do. Let's try that again. See what I did to the end of my mat? I travel with this mat and I take it to crops and things like that. So sometimes it gets bent up. So now we're just going to cut the star. So I'll ask again if you guys make anything special, like any special desserts or anything you make for the 4th of July. I'd love to hear what they are. Or if you have any questions about the machine, you can ask that too. Okay. Now this one gets sent to my printer, but I've already printed it out. So I'm going to click here where it says I've already printed, and then I'm going to click 80-pound cardstock. And if you're not familiar with print and cut, I have videos up on that. I also have videos on how to calibrate your machine, which is how to make sure that you're getting straight lines, straight cuts, and that it's reading all of your registration marks. And these here, these black lines right here, those are your registration marks that your Cricut needs to be able to read in order for you to get a clean cut. So I'm going to get my pieces together so we are almost ready to assemble everything. Oh, and before I show you guys what I put on my s'mores, I would love to know what you put on yours. So now it's just reading all the registration marks and then it'll begin to cut. I think this is my favorite part of what a Cricut does, is how it reads it and then just knows where to cut or where to draw. Like, I think these machines are absolutely genius, and it just gives you so many options that you can make just about anything with. Okay. So now it's going to pull out and then it's going to come back and it's going to start cutting. And I did have the bleed on, if you're wondering, whenever I designed this, so that way there it would cut around and give me that little bit of extra space I needed. All right. So I'm going to unload the mat. Going to get a little bit organized here. And if you're wondering about this case that I have it in, I have a video up on it. It is from Amazon, and I am an Amazon affiliate. I'm also a Cricut affiliate, if you guys were wondering. I'm sure if you watch my channel a lot, you know that already, but I just want to be very clear on that. I will have links below once I'm all finished with the video. I will put those up for you guys if there's anything that you wish to go in and purchase. But just know that if you do purchase something from my link, I do receive a commission. All right, so like I was saying about these little slits, your Cricut Joy Xtra cannot score without a hack. So these little slits just help you kind of line up your fold. I feel like they are just perfect. I do use a bone folder just to get a nice crisp fold. You can use the edge of a roller. If you don't have a bone folder, you can use a pen. You can use, don't use a pencil. I don't recommend a regular pencil just because the coloring on the pencil can bleed, like press off onto your paper. But if you just kind of like pinch right where that cut is, it gives you a great fold. So we're going to press here. Okay, and those are all done, and then we'll do this one. So we're going to fold this one forward. So guys, you'll have to let me know if you like lives. I don't really do lives normally. I wanted to try them to see if you guys enjoyed them and wanted me to do more, which my plan for July is for every Tuesday at 7 p.m. to hop on and do a live and make a craft with you guys. I thought that would be super fun. If you're local and you know me, if you're local, you know me, you know where I live. I keep getting people asking me like, well, where do you live? And I'm like, well, I really don't want to share that on the internet. But if you are local, you know that you're local. I do have an event every third Monday at a local church, and you can just get a hold of me and I can share where that's going to be at. And we make projects, we do scrapbooking, we just have a lot of fun. So now that we have all of our pieces cut out, I'm going to lay everything out so you can see them. We have our star. And if you're wondering where I got this paper at, it was a download from Creative Memories, and I just printed it out. So like it was a file that you could make the paper your own. So that's what I did. And then I just sized it for what I needed it for. And this also was like an SVG file that came out of it as a print and cut. So again, I'll walk you through all of those things in probably step-by-step videos. They won't necessarily be lives, but when I do my lives, I will do, I'll make crafts with you guys. Or if you guys ever want me to just do like a Q&A or anything like that, just let me know. So now if you've seen, I folded this little tab in and I folded this one in, and then that's where I put my adhesive. And now we're just gonna slide this right over top and we're gonna line it up. So we just line up the edges, we press down, and that side's done. Then we're gonna come this way. We're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna put adhesive with this folded in, and then on this piece, and we're gonna tuck it in. So like I said, you guys are gonna have to let me know what you put in your s'mores. I love doing graham crackers, marshmallows, and peppermint patties. They are my favorite for s'mores. All right, so let's fold that back again. And then when you do the bottom, like some people get a little bit confused with this, but it's super easy. You put this flappy piece down first, then you tuck your ends in like this. And at first it looks like it's not gonna work, but you're gonna tuck your ends in like this. Wait, can you guys see that? Yeah, you can see it. Okay, so they'll tuck in like this, and then you fold this piece in and tuck it under. And then you can just take your hand or whatever and push it down into here to get it to lay flat. All right, so then the next thing I have is my treats to put inside. So I just took some food safe bags and I put a little marshmallow in there. No, I'm gonna decorate the rest of it. Never mind. All right, I'm just jumping ahead. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do now is we're going to use the adhesive to decorate it. And we're just gonna line up our piece like so. So we put that piece on. And then the next thing we're gonna do is put our little tiny pieces on, because we kind of want those to be in the background because we're layering. And I love using this repositionable tape because it doesn't stick to anything, like it just wipes right off of my self-healing mat. And then I'm just gonna press it onto here. And then this other piece. Press onto here. That, and then this one's gonna go down at the bottom. I think I'm gonna do this end here. Okay. Just gonna kind of put them all together like this and just give it a good press. Then I want to put this on next. So it's going to kind of stick off the edge a little bit. And I'm not going to put adhesive the whole way to the end because it is going to stick off. So I'm just going to do it this way. Kind of put it like right here. And then just put my hand inside and press this way. And you can use glue, you can use whatever type of adhesive you would like. Like I said, I'm just using what I have at my craft desk. And then we're gonna put, or you could use pop dots. If you had those, you could use those and kind of like give it a 3D look. That would be cute too. All right, and then we're gonna put this right here. And give it a good press. And now that's so cute. Look how cute that is. Like that would be so cute sitting out at like a little picnic table, like them all in a row. So cute. And you could even put like the number 4 on here. You could have had your Cricut draw the number 4, whatever. That would be cute. And now you're gonna fill it. So I took food safe bags and I put graham crackers, 2 graham crackers. And then I got York peppermint patties. I also got the chocolate bars and the white Reese's because they're my daughter's favorite. So I got the white Reese's peanut butter cups. and I just laid that inside. You could put like the paper shaving so that way there it was like sitting up. And then I put my little marshmallow in. And then all you're gonna do is you're gonna fold your handles together like this and tuck them in like this, and you're all set. It's all done and ready to go. It doesn't take that long to make them, especially if you're making them like, if you're making a bunch of them, it would be super easy to get them all made. Just do like a mass cutting, just like keep cutting and cutting and cutting, and then just assemble all of them in like an assembly line way. You could add a tag on here if you wanted to. You could put people's names on them. Like you could have your Cricut cut out like some permanent or removable vinyl and put a name on here. You could decorate all the sides, not just the front. But I wanted to do a really easy project so that you guys could see just how easy it is to use your Cricut Joy Xtra and make these things. Now, I did use my printer to print out these two items here, but you don't have to do that. You could use a stamp. You could use, you could just have the Cricut draw it all out for you. You could buy paper that already has tags that you just cut out and use those on here. You don't have to just rely on a printer, because I know some of you had said you don't have good printers that print out the colors and the things that you want on things. Definitely, if you don't have a printer, just use regular cardstock and have your Cricut draw what saying you want on it. Design everything on your Cricut. You don't have to print them out. You can allow your Cricut to do all the work for you. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I am looking forward to doing more lives with you guys, even though I'm not, that's not my thing normally, but I kind of want to get into something new, and I thought lives would be fun. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're all staying cool. It's been really hot here, or it's been completely stormy and rainy and dreary. So I hope where you are that the sun is shining, and or did shine this today, because I guess it is 7:40. So I hope the sun was shining today for you, and I hope it's nice and bright tomorrow. And I will talk to you guys next Tuesday in my live. If you have any requests for videos, just let me know and I will see if I can get to them. And until then, we'll see you next time. Bye.